This is Amy for Sports Centre. I'm joined by Frank Smith. Frank, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Fresh off the plane for Australia. How are you feeling?
I feel all right. I've had worse days.
Yeah.
You know, only got on a plane and sat on a plane for 23 hours. It's worse things to do. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. Melbourne was great, but Wolverhampton is just as good. The sun is shining.
It's beautiful. You brought the sun home with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, a really good card on Wednesday. Trying to work out what day it is now. Were you surprised by sort of how much the Australian sort of fans have got behind the box in there, or not so surprised? You kind of knew it was coming.
No, I think that's why we've always pushed so hard, because we believe the opportunity in the market is huge. You know, and you've seen over the years, there's been No Limit have been sort of the incumbent main promoter in Australia. We've done 3 or 4 shows over the past 3 years. But now to have Foxtel on board, KO, which is the biggest platform there, to be on board with them and be able to deliver shows, I'm excited about what the future holds, because there's a huge boxing market that's only going to grow over the years.
Obviously, from that fight card, there was loads of stars who not many people would have heard of. Obviously, you've got Jake Wiley, incredible fight. Tiamana, absolute savage, really, wasn't he? How far do you think he can go? Obviously, he's a massive heavyweight.
Yeah, I've said before, all the way to the top, he can win world titles. He can become a unified heavyweight champion of the world. Like, he is, when you see the power he holds, it's spectacular. And now the job is to grow him and build him, grow him over there in Australia. You know, there's a big pay-per-view market there, obviously, that we've seen over the years. And he can become one of the stars of the sport there, undoubtedly. When you knock people out in that fashion, people are going to tune in.
Obviously, Sky Nicholson done the job. I know we spoke before in Liverpool, where we said obviously called out Ellie Scotney. Still unsure around whether or not Scotney's going to stay at that weight.
Yeah, I think that's what we got to wait and see. We've got to wait and see if she decides to stay at that weight. I think if she does, that's the fight that's going to happen. If she doesn't, then we have to go from there. You know, Sky obviously wants to, as all fighters do, achieve undisputed status, and that's the fight that hopefully we can make and see happen.
Saw online earlier, obviously people try and make key fights and things like that, that potentially, if Scotney does vacate, that Flores could potentially go for a fight against Sky as well. So that could be a really dangerous fight for Sky. Flores obviously took Ellie to to the final rounds, didn't she? So
yeah, I think she's at the point now where she wants whatever the biggest fights are in the sport. You know, her against Ellie is a massive fight, but if that's not there, then we have to go back to the drawing board and make a plan from there.
Obviously in Wolverhampton now, Conor Walker in his hometown. How excited are you to see, obviously, Conor in his hometown do business?
I can't wait. Look, it was something he pushed hard for, is to get this opportunity here, and the atmosphere in here is going to be sensational come Saturday night. You know, I remember that we'd done a prize fighter show here many years ago. So it's a great venue, and I think I'm so happy that Conor's got the opportunity to do it. Sam is going to bring the fire. We all know that. You know, it's all we've ever seen from him, and this has got, you know, undoubtedly this is going to be a war. There's huge respect between the two of them, but they know what they're going in there to do. So it's a great main event there. You know, you've got Bilal Fouad as well fighting the local lad in Ryan Kelly. A great fight. Bilal, always entertaining, has been this week, will continue to be, I'm sure. You've got Shannon Ryan, Nicola Hopewell's a brilliant fight as well. You've got TMA Ayton stepping up against Stevie Levy. Harley Burrows, who people say is one of the hardest punchers right now, you know, young punchers in the sport. He is completely. Louis Lim back out in his second fight, and obviously Janae Boston, you know, in a comeback fight. So it's good times. I'm excited about Saturday night. It's a great show, and I'm glad to be back for it.
No, it's, like you said, it's a really good card. Bilal, I don't know if you managed to catch up on the press conference whilst you're on
I saw some clips.
Yeah.
He looks better than me in a jacket with no undone.
Is that your outfit for tomorrow night?
I might do.
Yeah.
I might ask him if I can borrow it. And the abs.
And obviously it was announced this week that unfortunately Dalton Smith's injured and having to pull out of his fight. How disappointed are you for him? Obviously he wanted his Sheffield homecoming after his world win.
Of course, it's like, as frustrating as it is for fans, it's frustrating for us. We work hard to put these shows on, so, you know, it's a lot of work that goes in to do it, you know, so we're not sitting there going, oh great, another one, you know, like we just had it with Callum Smith. It's unfortunate, it is what it is, and we have to at that point focus on delivering for the fighters we represent. There's 18 fighters fighting on that show still. It's still topped by a great world title fight. You know, Galalia fighting Sandoval for the unified world titles. Josh Padley against Akib Fiaz on the card as well is a great fight. You know, Spider Suleiman's back out on that show as well. You've got Leo Atang having his 7th fight in just 11 months. So, you know, for us the key was making sure it stayed on, and you know, we'll get Dalton back as soon as he can be.
Do you think that obviously shows the strength in your stable as well? The fact that obviously some other promoters, they've had to pull cards because their headliners have had to be pulled. But obviously, you're still able to deliver top shows.
Yeah, look, I think every show you have to deal with on its own merit. Our job is always to try and focus to make sure that we can deliver for all of our fighters on the card. And I think we've pulled maybe 2 cards in 10 years, and it doesn't always make financial sense. And also we have to say a big thank you to our broadcaster, and DAZN for their support, because DAZN could go, no, it's not what we wanted. But they always stand by us and they support the fighters, and that's key. So, it's about having the right partners behind you as well.
You obviously mentioned DAZN. It's a crazy weekend of boxing. We've had Sky Wednesday, Connor Saturday. You've also got Inoue, Nakatani, and Ramirez and Benavidez. Are you going to stay up, do you think?
Probably not. Not the way I'm feeling right now, to be honest. I think I'll catch it in the morning. You know what I've decided over the years? It doesn't matter whether I stay up or I watch it in the morning, it still happens.
Yep.
So, and you find out what the result is in the morning. I'm not, by the way, stay up and watch the fight, but I'm just a bit tired right now.
I think you get a bit of leeway for this one as well. So, and so massive week of announcements again. AJ confirmed to fight Prenga. Quite a good fight, good test for AJ, but quite a dangerous one. Obviously, Prenga's got 21 knockouts. 20
odd knockouts in his career. Look, I think it's not the level AJ has been at. It's not Prenga's not fighting at the level he's necessarily been at before. But it's the kind of fight AJ needed as he steps back up after the time he's had out the ring. That was always the key, to ensure he had the right kind of fight for when he came back. He was prepared ahead of a big fight at the end of this year. And I'm excited to be back in Riyadh July 25th.
And it's good to see him obviously back out there after what he's been through, just making sure that mentally he's in the best place and also physically as well for him.
100%, that was always the key. That's the key for everyone around him, is to ensure that he's in the best place he can possibly be. Boxing has always been his thing. It's all he's done not all he's done, but it's what he's focused his mind on for 17, 18 years of his life. And it's something he's always committed to getting better and better at. I'm delighted to see him back out. I'm delighted to see him in that camp. I think he's enjoying it and got a good team around him, good team of people that are doing great stuff for him.
And obviously the Fury deal's been signed, but nothing confirmed on dates or venue or anything yet?
Not yet. But it's signed, and that's the key. We've waited for it for so long. It's a massive fight. It's going to be a massive occasion. The country's going to stand still. I'm delighted it's over the line.
Where would you like it to be held? I know obviously it would be based on Turkey and where he would like it ideally, or...
I would like it to be held... I've always said though, for me it's about making the fights, So if the fight's made and people want to see it. Me personally, I don't know. I like certain venues that maybe other fans won't like. I'd like it in my living room.
A bit cosy.
I'm not going to say anything about venues, etc., because it's not my place. But I'm just delighted it's over the line. And it's a great fight. It's a fight that everyone's wanted for so long, and we're finally here.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Nice to see you.